Hello, everyone. I was going to write a play card, but I kind of suck at the reading part, like when I have to speak. So today, I'm gonna speak about myself, and I'm just gonna keep it really unfiltered and raw. So whatever I'm gonna speak, it's gonna come from my heart. So my name is Humaira Mushtaq. I am a professional international car racer. I'm also the first woman from Jammu and Kashmir to get into the world of motorsports, a place where this kind of profession was not seen as a reality for a woman. I'm also the first woman who got the rating. I'm the first South Asian woman who's got the rating of ITCCC license, and I went ahead and represented India at the British Endurance Racing Championship. I drove for Aston Martin. I was the first Indian in the championship. I was the only Indian in the championship, and I was the only lady driver, and I scored points for my championship as well. Okay, so I get a little fuzzled, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. So we'll go back 22 years ago. I was a 3-year-old girl, and all I can think about was my fascination, my love, and an obsession, I would say, in a healthy way, with cars. So just like every 2-3-year-old girl, my parents used to get me like dolls and all the girly things, but I never enjoyed them. I was more about the cars, the remote controlled cars. I used to like anything that had to do with cars, So many times I said this. So eventually my dad got me my first toy car when I was 3. And I think I've been the most happiest in my entire life. I don't know the emotion, you really don't feel, but it felt like that. But I'm sure I was very happy. So eventually, so I used to drive that around the house with the precision. And my dad got me a custom-made go-kart when I was 4. They didn't make karts for a 4-year-old. So I was a 4-year-old, and where we lived, we had some place, and my dad created this really cute go-karting track. I know if you've been to a go-karting track, you know what it feels like. I mean, what it looks like. So he had tires and patterns, and I would take my 4-year-old self and my custom-made kart, and I would drive it around that go-kart track. Eventually, I grew out of that track also, the homemade track. Now I needed bigger space, and that's when I got into the professional world of karting. And I started karting at the age of 5, 6. I started competing professionally, and for the next couple of years, I was doing that. Eventually, I moved to single-seaters, formula racing. I've done touring cars, and now I drive touring cars on international level, and I do Formula 3 4 level. Okay, so this was about my professional. I have been racing. My first professional instinct was with JK Tire Motorsports, and I was with MRF. And then I went abroad, and I was racing with Aston Martin. So if I look back, my life was pretty good. I had a happy childhood. I was a happy child. I mean, I had loving parents. I was doing what I loved. And I think I found my purpose at the age of 8, because I loved driving. I think that was what I was all about. My dad had been one of the biggest influence in my life. He was my best friend, my mentor, my coach. As a 5-year-old, the fact that I'm here and I'm able to speak my stories because of the man and the effort he had put in me. And I was a 5-year-old, and he got me into karting. I couldn't buy a car of my own and just race. So my dad was my hero. So yeah. My dad was so confident of my I was a self-learned driver, by the way, and I never learned driving from anyone. So I used to be 10 years old, and my dad would drop me to school. He was so confident of my drive that he would make me sit on the driver's seat while he sat on the passenger seat. And it used to be such a big deal in the school because all my teachers would see, and on the parent-teacher meeting, they were like, we want to meet the mother, not the father. And they were like, you know what, whenever a child does something wrong, we complain to the parent, and your husband himself is the enabler. I mean, he's getting the car, I mean, he's letting the child drive at the age of 10 while he's dropping her to school. My mom's like, you need to stop this. And I was like, I think they need, she's doing fine, okay? She's not hurting anyone. She's doing what she's like, and, you know. At the age of 12, 13, I was this, so I'm not going to be promoting, but I was to be a fully skilled road car driver. So I used to pull all these stunts, and I used to do drifting, I used to do donuts. Yeah, I was 12, 13, guys, please don't do this. I do not recommend this. But I did it solely for the thrill that it bought me. It wasn't like, okay. So, so I used to do those things, and I would make videos. And eventually, one of my relatives got hold of it. And I come from a brown family. So he showed it to my father, and it's like, I think you have given way too much freedom to your daughter. I mean, she's 13, and she's doing all these things. She's pulling all these stunts, all these donuts. I think you need to stop her. My dad comes home, and I know he was, so he's like, I want to see what you do. And I am like, okay, fine. So I took him around with me for a drive, and I drove like the way I used to drive. It's like, wow, sitting there and expressionless. And then I showed him my drifting, my donuts, what I was doing. My dad looks at me and says, wow, today I'm shocked, I'm happy, and I'm thrilled. Yeah. I'm shocked that you've been doing these things and you didn't learn it, because I used to see these things and I used to pull it on my own. I mean, this is so weird. I used to watch the videos of that, my dad. Like, I used to do that, and it's like, you never had any training and you were still pulling all these things. So I'm like kind of shocked, like, how were you able to do this? I'm also happy because these are the things that I used to do when I was younger, and I can see that reflection through you. So today you proved you're my daughter, so I'm happy, and I'm thrilled like how we're gonna take it forward, because you have an extraordinary, rare talent that not a lot of people in the world have. And it would be very foolish of you to keep it to yourself and waste it on streets and all these places. No, you have to reach it out to the world, create an example, become a professional. I'm like, wow. I lived in Jammu and Kashmir, and we didn't had a lot of ecosystem regarding motorsports over there, which was understandable. So we were like, okay, let's move to a different place. We moved to Europe or Middle East, or place where we have track close by. Both my parents were medical doctors, so there was a condition that I shouldn't leave my studies. I should continue my studies at the same time. So we were just in this thing, and suddenly tragedy hits me. It hits me hard. Overnight, I lost my best friend. I lost my father. I lost my mentor. I lost the person with whom I had the best memories of my life. I hit the rock bottom of my life. There's this time that I thought I would never escape, you know? If I look back and I'm seeing myself here, for me this is just a dream, because 10 years ago I couldn't even think this could be a possibility. But here I am. So I know a lot of you here, you have your own struggles, I don't know. But I'm just gonna say that whatever is troubling you, just pull. You know, it's just very easy to say, forget, try to be happy. No, you will feel the emotions, we're humans. But try to feel every emotion, try to embrace every emotion that you have. You'll make it. I was this place where I lost my ability to move, you know, this dark phase where I was just like, if the world ends, I won't be sad about it. Comes my mother. She's already grieving. It's like, I want to tell you one thing. if your dad came right now and saw you in this position, would he be happy? How would he feel? And certainly, my body felt the kind of energy. I had an energy running through my. I can't explain the kind of feeling I had, but I just wanted to go and run outside. And I was like, no. And certainly, my dad's last words start playing in my head. You know, his last words to me were, "Do not stop racing. Become a professional, and Allah will help you." I'm like, Mom, this is what Dad told me. It's like, I'm not gonna stop you. And I needed Mom's approval, because obviously if I had to start it all over, I needed investment, I needed to buy racing gears, I needed to buy testings and all. So of course my mother approval was needed. She's like, you know what, I will sponsor the initial years of your career, only under the condition you make it to med school, because I'm a single working parent, and your dad is no longer here. So you have to make a career for you. I mean, something to fall back on. Because these kind of things, you're not sure. It's more like a gamble, whether it works or not. So I'm like, okay. So we're just like 2 months into the NEET exam, and boy, I start studying. Now, I'm not studying. I took medical as subjects in 11th, 12th, because I liked science. But I have no intentions to become a doctor, because I just didn't feel it. Because I'm a passionate person, you know. I need to do things that I can feel. So I'm like really studying hard. I'm like, okay, God, I have to make it to. So I give the exams, and I cracked, and I got into the med school. And the third day, we were actually testing on the track, where I was discovered by JK Tyre Motorsports head, Mr. Sanjay Sharma, who I also see as a father figure. And they were really impressed with my performance, and they offered to sponsor me. And I had my first professional stint with JK Tyre right there. And I had great races with them. Then eventually I moved to MRF for touring cars. So you know what, I'll tell you one thing. We're all very afraid of failures. We're afraid to fail. But trust me, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fall. But it's not okay to accept the defeat. It's not okay to stay where you are. I know it's, because I've been through that, I know that. Embrace your failures, learn from them. Your mistakes are your biggest teachers. So yeah. So this is my story. I'm still learning. I don't know if I'm still not there where I want to be. But yeah, that's it.